People often ask me, how does manifestation work? What does it mean that I can set an intention for a particular outcome and see that desire come to life? So today I want to start with the basics. We've all heard of the term synchronicity. You know, like when you think of a person who you haven't seen in a while, and then all of a sudden you bump into them at the supermarket. Or when you are thinking of a white Jeep because you're in the market for a new car and you begin to see white Wranglers everywhere. For example, the other day I was at the supermarket with my husband and we were just talking about manifestation. We were talking about synchronicity, about how all of this stuff comes together. And my husband asked me, is there something that might be too far-fetched to manifest, such as a flying unicorn? That was the actual example that he used. That same moment, we saw smack in the middle of the checkout counter a helium balloon with a flying unicorn on it. Hence, flying unicorn, unicorn on a balloon. Sometimes you're actively asking for the sign, and sometimes the sign simply appears because you're focusing so much attention on a particular object. Another example, my husband is trying to get me to appreciate action movies. So he finally, after a few years of marriage, managed to get me to commit to watching the Batman trilogy back to back for 3 days straight. You can tell we have time on our hands, huh? On the fourth day, we were visiting my parents' house, and as soon as we parked in their parking lot, my brother calls me up and he says, Ayele, you're not going to believe this, but an actual bat just flew into the house. This is a true story. So you see, with synchronicity, it happens whether you're actively or passively setting your mind on that particular thing. Why? Because the manifestation secret here is where your mind goes, energy flows. Synchronicity are incidences of spiritual significance that ask us to momentarily consider that the divine is intervening in our day-to-day life. And the divine does this by showing us sometimes mini and sometimes massive miracles. Synchronicity is the beginning stages of co-creating with Source, with God. It's the beginning of manifestation. The technique here is to start small by asking for mini miracles. So perhaps set the intention to experience synchronicity by asking to see a golden doodle dog, or an ice cream cone with sprinkles, or butterflies, or a yellow sundress. Whatever your sign is, start small. And another key is to not obsess over it. Don't become attached to the outcome. Let go. Have fun with it, and be open to seeing variations of your sign, like my unicorn balloon representing a flying unicorn. And let me know how this exercise works for you. Feel free to message me with your experiences by commenting below. And if you liked what you've heard, pay it forward. And as always, happy manifesting.